Decision time for Russia, as you say, with confirmation in the last few moments that Steve Witkoff, the US envoy, has arrived in Russia. He's the man chosen by Donald Trump to present this 30-day ceasefire proposal to Vladimir Putin to try to get his agreement to it. And that's after his successful visit here to Moscow a month ago. Don't forget, he was here on a secret overnight trip that surprised everyone, and it was to secure the release of an American school teacher, Mark Fogel, who had been in prison here for a few years, sentenced to 14 years behind bars on drug smuggling charges. And that trip proved the catalyst that just kick-started these pre-negotiations and now talks between Russia and the US, US and Ukraine. And it was after that trip that Steve Witkoff told Sky News that he had developed a friendship with Vladimir Putin. Very surprising comments, astonishing comments in themselves, but it seems that Donald Trump is hoping that Witkoff can lean on that apparent friendship to try to deliver Vladimir Putin's agreement. I think clearly what it's going to come down to is, as you say, what else Russia can get out of this agreement. If they sign up to the ceasefire, then they want something in return. These reports from Reuters that they have laid out this list of demands to the Americans, including a cast-iron guarantee that there's no chance Ukraine is going to join NATO, also that there'll be no European peacekeepers from NATO countries in Ukraine in the future. And really that's no surprise, I think. No comment either way, or no confirmation either way from Dmitry Peskov and the Kremlin as to the truth of those demands. He said there is a lot of incorrect information out there when he was asked about these demands, so neither confirming nor denying. But I think, as I say, it's highly probable that they have done that because there's no real incentive for them to sign up to a ceasefire right now. They have the military advantage, quite overwhelmingly so. They've been making steady gains for months in Ukraine, but most importantly for Moscow, they are on the verge, it seems, of finally repelling and expelling Ukrainian forces from the Kursk region after 7 months after Ukraine launched their cross-border incursion there. And there was a very visual illustration of that last night when Vladimir Putin visited Kursk. He was dressed in military fatigues. He told his military commanders there that he wanted to press home Russia's advantage to get rid of the enemy on Kursk territory as soon as possible, to liberate Kursk as soon as possible. So no talk of a ceasefire from him, quite the opposite. And that really, I think, was a pointed reminder and message to the Americans that they're going to need something in return if they're going to agree to a ceasefire. So talks here in Moscow involving Steve Witkoff, but I think the main conversation is going to come later tonight. Dmitry Peskov and the Kremlin said that Vladimir Putin plans to hold or may hold an international phone call later on tonight. And I think that's, well, who else can it be with but Donald Trump? So I think that is going to be the main conversation and the main horse trading tonight.